Ladies and gentlemen, I think sometimes our voices do make a difference. And in this instance, when it comes down to the presidential race of 2020, it's already making an impact. You may think mainstream media is not listening, but they are. They're actually following our lead. Now, when people start making their announcement for running for office, we lifted up our voices and said, not this time. You will not bring all the stereotypes to us, think that's good enough, and then turn around and do things for everybody else except for us. We have endured that for decades. Reparations is long overdue. It doesn't matter how much you keep fighting against it. The bottom line is, if you can hand it out to everybody else, you can hand it out to us. Number two, do not tell us where or how we should get our money. You did not tell the Jews to put all of their money in education. You didn't tell the Native American Indians to put their money in education. You did not say that to the Japanese for the internment camps. You didn't say, well, if we give you reparations, you can put it in education. No, you didn't say that to no one else. So, no, you don't get to pick and choose where Black reparations go. Period. So now we have Elizabeth Warren, and all of a sudden, Kamala Harris have had an epiphany moment, and they now embrace the idea for reparations. But I don't want them to have an idea. We want them to have a plan on the table, and that plan must pass, period. Because if it don't, you Democrats will never see another winning day during a presidential election from the Black community. Because you know what? You can't win without us. You cannot win nothing without us. Dem 2020 hopeful Harris Warren say they embrace idea of reparations for Black Americans report. Two leading Democratic presidential candidates, U.S. Senators Kamala Harris of California and Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts, have reportedly said they support reparations for Black Americans affected by slavery, reflecting a shift in the importance of race and identity issues within the party. The New York Times reported Thursday that Harris doubled down on her support for reparations after agreeing with a host on the popular radio show The Breakfast Club that the race-conscious policy was necessary to address the legacies of slavery and discrimination in the United States, which still goes on today. This is why the criminal system looks the way that it does, because those practices are still being carried out, and we know slavery is now hidden behind the prison walls. We have to be honest that people in this country do not start from the same place or have access to the same opportunities, Harris said in a statement to the Times. I'm serious about taking an approach that would change policies and structures and make real investments in Black communities. Warren also supports reparations. We must confront the dark history of slavery and government-sanctioned discrimination in this country that has had many consequences, including undermining the ability of Black families to build wealth in America for generations, she told the Times. We need systematic structural changes to address that. Exactly. Okay. Fighting against this is not doing anything but prolonging it. And the bottom line is nothing can be reconciled in America. Nothing until reparations are paid to the Black community. So there is no racial reconciliation. That's just fantasy talk. That can never happen until you put something on the table to rectify the sins of the past. Period. There is no other form of reconciliation that really counts. Julian Castro, another Democrat running for president, has indicated that he would support reparations. Fox News reached out to all three campaigns, but did not immediately hear back late Thursday. So I guess this is Julian Castro here. Never heard of him. Okay. Reparations would involve the federal government's acknowledgement of the ongoing legacy of slavery and discrimination and providing payment to those affected. Policy experts say it would cost several trillion dollars. Scholars estimate the Black families earn just over $57 for every $100 earned by white families, according to the Census Bureau current population survey. U.S. Senator Cory Booker, who is also running for president, has proposed helping poor children by giving them government funding savings account that could hold up to $50,000 for the lowest income bracket, the Times reported. That's nice, Cory, but no, we need you, first of all, to say the word reparations. We haven't even heard that from you. And number two, that comment doesn't say that you support reparations. I mean, no, there is no more skirting away without dealing with this issue. U.S. Senator Christian Gillibrand supports a plan to allow Americans without checking account banks in their local postal service. That's not good enough. Don't accept that from Kirsten Gillibrand or Cory Booker. Don't accept that. Other prominent Democrats have stopped short of backing reparations, including Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, who dismissed the idea in 2016. Hillary and former President Barack Obama have also expressed reservations. Well, you can't express those reservations anymore because, see, we're not going away. So when you withhold reparations from us, we are going to withhold our vote from you. And ladies and gentlemen, don't accept this talk of how reparations should be given to the Black community. When the Jews got their reparations, nobody told them it had to go into education or had to go into this fund and that fund. They gave them reparations. They did the same thing with the natives and the Japanese. They never dictated where the funds go. But if you notice, when it comes down to the Black community, they want to tell us where the funding should go. Well, you shouldn't get money. It should go over here. No, you didn't do that with any other group. That's just another form of discrimination once again. If you didn't do that with all of these other groups with reparations, you damn sure ain't going to do that to us. Period. You don't allocate our funds and you didn't do that to any other group? No, big no. Supporting reparations could come with much political risk. Republicans have long attempted to paint Democrats who support policies aimed at correcting racial inequalities as anti-white. That's just alt-right talk, y'all. Anytime you hear someone say anti-white to you, that's an alt-right person. According to the Times, and polling shows reparations for Black Americans remain unpopular. So what? So what? We don't care whether it's popular or not, but we do care that America right its wrongs of the past. And if you want to say, well, I know who the slaves are in my family. I did my family tree. I can give you their names. I can tell you where they were a slave, what county, what state, the whole 9 yards. So we're not all blind about who were the slaves in the family. I can tell you exactly who were the slaves in my family. In fact, I was talking to somebody recently, and we were talking about the breeding camps and how it was how many babies a black slave, female slave, was expected to give birth to, and how many was the black male slave was supposed to reproduce with women. I had one relative that was a breeder, and he had over 300 children. Yes, it's true. Okay. So all of us are not naive about who were slaves in our family. We're not all naive about it. Some of us have studied the history very well, and not only studied the history, but we know through records and birth certificates and all types of recorded information on our own families who they were, who the slaves were. So don't make the assumption that Black people don't know who the slaves were in their family. Some may not know. They may not know at all. But it certainly ain't all of us. Don't make no mistake about it. But ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. Having an idea about slavery just doesn't go far enough. And we need to start outing all of these people that are speaking against something that should have been done a long time ago. It doesn't matter what your opposition is. Give the reparation. We decide what we want to do. Some of us may want to leave America. You should be happy about that. You're getting us out. You should be overjoyed. Some people may want to stay here and build a business and home for their family. Some people may just want to quietly retire with their reparations. But the bottom line is, it should never be off the table, period. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.